Alright, welcome back. So last time all the adamantite showed up and we were granted our permission to go try to talk to Heidelin in the Ethereal Sea. And so now we're gonna go try to find her in this what is a dungeon. And we're gonna take not Alizé.
Right then.
We're gonna take Alphino and Estinian. And Thancred, but Alphino and Estinian are the important ones, for reasons that will become clear. So you can get to the Ethereal Sea apparently by journeying down towards the center of the planet. Estinian will be my dance partner. Let's
All
go.
seems in order with the lens, and I trust you can hear me.
Yep, we can hear you, Kyle.
Those
Kyle's-
things are pure malcontent, the residue of lives unfulfilled.
Kyle's keeping an eye on us from a distance. And just to recap from last time,
You cannot stop us.
the souls of the departed, they get drawn to people here in the Ethereal Sea. Whether they want to hurt you or help you is, you know, an individual thing for them. But these ones, obviously, are not too happy to see us.
You're mine.
Right? Continuing on. So this, where we are right now, is still a Charlian construction here on the edge of the Ethereal Sea.
You cannot stop us.
And because we're nearing, you know, we're in a dungeon that actually lets us go up to level 90. These things are going to be kind of tough to kill.
You cannot stop us.
It would be nice, though, if they died slightly faster.
There.
Oh well. This way. Oh, more of them.
There.
Thing's got 2 heads and wings. Nope. Get out of that. tell him, Alphino. Alright, so that door opened up for us. What do we got here? That one's on fire. Oh. This is the ghost of Ilberd. He is, not taking a lot of damage, this Ilberd ghost. More enemies. Scion. That was too. That was so that was the ghost of Papalimo, who just came in and helped us. The memory of a principled Scion wielding Tubsamati. Oh, it's Livia's ghost. You remember Livia? She's Lucia's sister. We get to kill her again.
You cannot stop
So,
us.
I hope y'all were ready for a trip down memory lane. Who said you could move? Move. I don't know where her ghost got. Oh, the ends of her arms are like her weird little gun things. Just gigantic. Alphino, are you going to heal me? Seriously.
You cannot stop us.
They're going to stop us, Alphino, if you don't stay on the ball with your heals. Alphino, seriously.
You cannot stop us.
Alright, finally.
Follow the flow of ether. It will guide you.
Oh, an ether current. Let's follow it. Ah!
The ether is too dense. Ah, I'm losing you.
So wherever we are now, the ether is all crystallized and fancy. More nameless ghosts. The different groups of enemies on the way to bosses actually take long enough now that I can safely use my attacks with longer cooldowns without having to worry about them being used up before I get to a boss, or them being stuck on cooldown while I wait while I get to the boss. Uh-oh. More baddies. What's that? That's Moonrita's ghost. A valiant Archon, they called it. That's why I brought Alphino and Astinian. So they could see Horshafon's ghost put a bunch of buffs on us and make us harder to kill. Astinian said, "Now keep his hope alive."
You're mine!
So I mean, I could have brought Urianger for Moonrita's ghost, but I forgot she was in here. I remembered Horshaphant was though, which is why I brought the two other Scions in.
You're mine!
Saving my cooldowns because I think we're almost to the boss. There we go. Treasure. Oh, it's Ritatan.
Prepare yourself!
They killed him too. No, seriously, you've got to heal us faster.
You're mine!
So it throws up those things. And yep, there we go. There's our safe spot. Yeah, so there's like 4 possible safe spots if he does that big move where he brings up walls on the sides and then shoots down in between them. And you just gotta kind of keep an eye out. Oh, jeez. That's a lot of exploding things. Okay, he's gonna do the walls thing again. Now we watch for the safe zone to appear. Ah, no. Looks like it's gonna be this one. Yep.
You underestimate me!
No. Now he's throwing up more than one thing at a time. Shoot big lasers at me, you big laser jerk.
You underestimate me! You're mine!
Almost done with him. Stilian's gonna waste the limit break. Oh, no. Didn't go off in time. Good. Oh, no, it did. What? Whee! This light is it truly? Thancred thinks he knows who that light is. Just big stuff crashing into other stuff over there. I'm not sure who that light is supposed to be. Thancred thinks he knows. Makes me think it might be Minfilia building the floor for us to stand on. So that makes me glad I brought Thancred along.
You underestimate me!
Get away from us, evil ghosts. As Korg would say, piss off, ghost. I know they're called, all of these enemies have the word sinking to start their names. But every time I look at the screen, I think it says stinking. Showing us the way once more, Tancred says. Moving the camera around a bit so you can see, you know, the threads of crystals down here in the Ethereal Sea. And whatever those big orbs are in the background that crash into things from time to time. Okay. Yep, it's Minfilia. And not just a representation like some of the others where we actually saw her. Tancred said Minfilia, and then he was finished. We're almost to the final boss of the dungeon.
You underestimate me!
I don't think anybody underestimates you, Justinian. This guy's gonna fight us alone, I guess. Alright, sinking regret.
This will hurt.
I'm just gonna use this single enemy to build up my feathers and my esprit gauge, so I have a whole bunch of stuff to throw at the final boss in my opening burst window. Blah. Go. Final boss time.
So headstrong. Stubborn to the last.
Is as far as you go.
Ammon?
Oblivion beckons!
Ammon / Hermes, Sundered Soul, Ammon the Undying. Now he's a big manta ray. So, we fought him as Ammon in the Crystal Tower. We fought him as Zodiark on the Moon. We fought him as Hermes in the past. Now we're fighting him as Ammon's ghost. This is the 4th time we've had
Many
to kill
faces have I
Daniel.
worn, but this is my favorite by far.
Don't want to be directly behind Thancred when he takes a tank buster.
You will persist in this folly no longer.
With that attack, you gotta watch which portion of the circle is getting the lightning the fastest, and then be away from it, so you don't get exploded. What are you doing with that big circle there? Shooting lasers.
Let the curtains rise for the main attraction. You're mine.
Not sure what was So the way to survive Curtain Call
What a boorish audience you are.
is to be behind a block of ice, like when he cast it back in the Crystal Tower. And did you see who gave us a block of ice to hide behind? It was Shiva. Or, you know, Zale. I forgot she showed up to help. Stop hitting us with big explodies. You jerk. Okay, so he's got 2 laser circles now. He's gonna have 2 directions to hide. This looks like a safe spot. Yep. Left. And they mean his left.
You underestimate me.
The nice thing about this boss is, unlike the other ones we've had in this dungeon, with the exception of a couple of unavoidable attacks, pretty much everything is a just don't be in the way of it and you won't get hurt. Sort of he's doing the right side twice. Big attack, but unavoidable. I like fights where it's less about like making sure you have a good healer who's on the ball, and more about making sure that every member of the party knows how to move out of the way of stuff. Obsidian, you can use the limit break now. He didn't use it that time, of course.
Lies! All lies! Your dreams, your hopes, your futures, delusions and lies!
Where do you think you're going, ghost? There's everyone else. Because when you bring the NPCs, technically they do all come with you. You just can only fight with a certain amount. And leave. Coming back. You want more?
My very essence begins to wane.
He's using Hermes' voice.
Sweet, sweet agony.
Leave this to her.
Come to deal the coup de grace. Good. Watching you struggle against the inevitable is bad comedy. Erase me from existence, soul and all.
Have you any memories of Medion?
How would you know that name?
You don't remember me? From the past?
Then it was you. In Elpis.
Oh, that's right, your memories were
With them it
erased.
suck. The final pieces fall into place. In my halcyon days, as the mortal Ammon, I was haunted by a dream. Night after night, the faceless multitude, the voiceless cries, shards of shattered memories. But slowly, the fog began to clear. This was Elpis. And I was Hermes. Recurring though it was, I paid this dream little heed. It was only when I was granted the seat and memories of Fandaniel that I knew these visions to be true. They were the memories of Hermes that he himself erased using the power of Kairos. Or so he thought. In his attempt to burn away the events of that fateful day, he succeeded only in searing them more deeply into his soul. My soul. Death failed to expunge them. No matter how many times it came. Rebirth after rebirth, from one Fandaniel to the next. I wonder, is Emmett Selk adrift somewhere in this Ethereal Sea? In defeat, finally remembering your time together in Elpis.
He might be.
How it must gall him to be entrusted with knowledge of the final days, only to be rendered powerless to act upon it. So many lifetimes dedicated to restoring his beloved Amarok in blissful ignorance. Oh, folly. But make no mistake. My life as Hermes is not the reason I invited the world's end. I have lived. I have struggled. I have dredged the very depths of despair. And in the detritus of existence, I found the truth. I served a great ruler, powerful beyond measure. The world his dominion. Yet even he and his vast empire were destined to fall, to become one with oblivion. At the end of life's journey lies only death. So I ask you, why live at all? We betray, we torment, we murder. We are wicked, spiteful creatures, without exception. If life is so sacred, so precious, why fill it with such misery? Man wallows in a hell of his own making without purpose or meaning. To live is to suffer, and I would end that suffering by my own hand. It matters not if it flies in the face of all believed right and just. Death is the only solution!
It's a little extreme.
That is my truth. My answer to the question. And yet, even as the words pass my lips, I am filled with doubt. Has my search reached its end? Was this the only way? After all these years, is this the answer I was hoping for?
The lamentations of the damned. How it vexes me to see your conviction falter at the last.
Who's that?
Damned. Still clinging to existence, I see. You, who champion death so fervently, unwilling to accept your end, refusing to be purified and swept into the sea of souls. As do I. We prisoners to men, watching as the world turns. Though unlike me, you will be spared the ignominy of having your corpse made a puppet, dancing to another's tune.
Is that Arcee?
How very astute. But let me be clear, I have not come to consort with the likes of you. Nor have I come to bemoan the state of the world following my untimely demise. In fact, I delight in mankind's downfall, and the anguish it brings the savior of the savages. If I played some small part in the chaos, all the better. Not that I was in any position to resist. But to be made accomplice to the betrayal of Lord Xenos. I would die 1,000 deaths to exact my vengeance.
Damn. So you're still a little nuts. All right.
Now you are at my mercy. I shall drag us both into oblivion, and you will never see the fulfillment of your magnum opus. Even should you be reborn, your desperate search for answers must start again.
So I can say I'll do what must be done. I can say nothing, or I can say next time we will find the answer together. That's what I'm gonna say.
Even here, even now, you have every right to hate me. For the fool I was, for the monster I became. But I will not beg forgiveness. The tale of Hermes, the man who knew so much, yet understood so little, ends here.
Don't try to follow me. I had more of you people than I could stomach in life. Never mind in death.
Likewise, I pray we do not meet again.
You had better hope not.
Well then.
Come. Hydaelyn is waiting.
Oh. We're in a new place.
Brave travelers, I welcome you.
We meet again, Venna.
I see. Thou didst journey under Elpis.
Yes.
And now, the rivers of time converge. I know why you have come. Yet I would hear you speak your reasons all the same.
You created the moon to deliver mankind from the final days. But is that really how it has to end? We do not wish to abandon this world. We want to protect the source and all of its shards.
To flee is but one of two paths. The other leadeth to Meteon, far beyond the stars, where she doth chant creation's requiem. Her domain is formed of dynamis. Pure, absolute.
Ooh.
Where emotion and memory govern all, ether will avail you naught. Meteon hath gathered the pain and despair of countless stars, and to go unprepared is to go unto your doom.
We'll beat her. We'll win. I swear it. Is what I might have said, once. After everything I've seen, all the times I've succumbed to my own anger and fear. I can no longer pretend that courage and faith will be enough. But are we truly so powerless? That our only choice is to flee?
Far from it, my child. Long ago, the inhabitants of myriad stars, many more prosperous than Aetheris, sought to free their worlds from life's woes. Sorrow and anger, conflict and hostility, despair, and even death itself. But as Meteon reported, every attempt ended in failure. Darkness abideth within every living being and can never be cast out. Neither reason nor faith can challenge this immutable truth. To live is to suffer. And in suffering, find strength, and purpose, and hope. As you have done so many times before. Thou dost pursue an impossible dream, yet knowing this, you pursue it nevertheless. And thou hast learned to depend on others as they do thee. Thy yearning for the power to save the powerless hath ever driven thee to greater heights. Thou hast grown strong. Though those closest to thee no longer walketh by thy side, their love remaineth thy guiding light. For duty's sake, thou hast been bound by truths unutterable time and time again. Yet thy heart hath never wavered, as thy companions will attest. In thy pursuit of mysteries great, all thou believest is brought into question. Undaunted, thy thirst for knowledge remaineth unquenched. The fires of hatred that once burned in thy heart burneth no more. From their ashes doth spring the light of love, warm and pure. As witness to black calamity, thou despaired at man's helplessness. Resolved, thou didst unite a distant world on the brink of collapse. And thou, my champion, when all did seem lost, thou never abandoned hope. For every trial and every foe that did bar thy way, thou hast proven equal to the challenge, drawing courage from the many bonds forged on thy journey. You have all known despair, and though the end approacheth, you walk on, heads held high. Therein lieth your power, the strength to silence the song of oblivion.
Then there is a means to confront her.
Yes, if you should prove yourselves worthy. Hark! Nigh impossible is it to send mortals to the edge of the universe. Should you fail, there will be no second chance. As the will of the star, I ask of you this. Do you possess the fortitude to stand firm when all around you doth crumble? Do you possess the faith to vanquish despair itself? Should you lack the strength to best a supreme deity, I cannot allow you to make the journey. You must leave this star and never return. Prepare yourselves.
Prove ourselves worthy, then. Sounds straightforward enough.
Aye. No room for confusion there.
In any case, we've come too far to back down now.
I am of the same mind. What power I have, I shall bring to bear.
The three of you seem to be forgetting who we're up against. It's not every day we battle a divine being of untold power. Well, not quite every day. Do try not to get underfoot. Needless to say, there'll be no margin for error.
Let us hold nothing back. For the people of this world and those beyond the rift.
Alas, the question I posed to thee in Elpis hath remained unanswered these long years. I would hear thy response, warrior of light. Shouldst thou emerge victorious?
So this is the only 8-man fight in the game so far that lets you bring NPCs. But what we're gonna do is stop here for now, because we're right up against the time. And when we come back, we'll get right into it. So, until then, there's Eidolon.